Ayo, 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 what's good? It's your boy Dre La Soul here with some more crypto news and crypto wisdom for your head top. So, the very first White House Crypto Summit has taken place this Friday, March 7th. History has been made. Now, the prices didn't really react the way we technically wanted it to. You know, things are red right now, but this is super bullish. So bullish for the crypto market. I don't even think y'all understand.
Signing, and this is very historic, an executive order establishing a strategic Bitcoin reserve and digital asset stockpile. This is a promise that you made throughout the campaign, and today we're keeping that promise. The reserve will be capitalized with Bitcoin that the federal government already owns, so it won't cost taxpayers a dime. This is like a digital Fort Knox for digital gold. And premature sales of Bitcoin over the past years cost American taxpayers over $17 billion in lost value, because we didn't have a long-term strategy.
Right.
Now we do. So.
And this is something you believe in?
100%, yeah.
Okay.
And the whole community believes in it.
Very good. And they made the promise, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
This is a big deal. Like, Trump actually kept his word. Bitcoin Nashville 2024, Trump said that he will do exactly what he just did, and he's keeping his word. So,
never sell your Bitcoin. And so, as the final part of my plan today, I am announcing that if I am elected, it will be the policy of my administration, United States of America, to keep 100% of all the Bitcoin the U.S. government currently holds or acquires into the future. We'll keep 100%. I hope you do well, please. This will serve in effect as the core of the strategic national Bitcoin stockpile.
shout out to Trump for that. Not saying that I'm a Trump supporter or anything of the sort, because we're not going to make it political. But when it comes to crypto, the man is supporting crypto, and he's a diehard fan right now. And it's safe to say that he's a diehard fan, because look at all the stuff he's been doing for the crypto space. So let's get into it, right? So, I mean, you already know what it is. It's another day, another wild ride in crypto. The ebbs and flows. It's like a roller coaster, but it's a fun space. We got to enjoy the journey. Don't get upset. I mean, if you look at your portfolio all day, you might get upset, but try not to get upset. Try to look into the future. Have that vision, right? So this time, it's straight from the White House. We got Trump, who just dropped a major crypto move that just shook up the entire industry. Everything is shaking up, right? We're talking about a Bitcoin reserve, people, a Bitcoin reserve, right? Changes to the IRS tax rules, stablecoin legislation, and oh yeah, his own meme coin that might just be benefiting from all of this as well. So let's get into it, right? So check this out, right? Trump just signed an executive order creating a strategic Bitcoin reserve, right? Yes, you heard that right. The U.S. government is now officially stacking Bitcoin. Before, the government, institutions, everyone hated Bitcoin at one point just a few years ago, and the tables have turned. What a day when the tables will turn, as Foxy Brown and Baby Sham said. It's a dope song. But that's not all. He also set up a digital asset stockpile, which is basically separate, right? It's a separate stash of altcoins that the government will either, be purchasing or has already seized through forfeiture of any criminal activity, right? So we got the American New Digital Gold Reserve, and then we have the digital asset stockpile. So two different things, right? So the Bitcoin Reserve will hold Bitcoin seized from criminal and civil cases, and maybe even buy more Bitcoin over time. Now, there's a ton of Bitcoin that the United States has right now, but some of that Bitcoin might be returned to the holders of Bitcoin from Bitfinex. So the Bitcoin that they actually have is probably like about half of that, because they got to return it to those, creditors, right? So that's one thing. Now, the digital asset stockpile will contain altcoins such as XRP, Solana, and Cardano. But the government might sell those off, right? Instead of holding them long term, Trump team is saying that this move will position the U.S. as a leader in crypto and create assets for the American people. As he said in Bitcoin Nashville, he wants America to be the leader of this space. He said it more than one time, right? We have to be the pioneers. And this is something I've been saying for a minute, right? If we want to be that number one superpower, if we want to continue, we have to embrace the nimble, new, disruptive, revolutionary technologies. And AI is one of them, and so is blockchain, right? So this is going to create American assets or assets for American people and not just debt. And the big thing is we won't be using America's tax dollars, right? They will be able to convert the reserve that we already have for like grain and like wheat and whatever, but specifically for gold. We can convert the gold that we have for digital gold. So it's not going to be using the taxpayers' dollars. And then Cynthia Loomis also came up with a plan that really hasn't gotten pushed through the Congress and made it to the executive level yet. But she came up with an idea for us to buy a certain amount of Bitcoin over a certain amount of time. And that could very well be the case as well. So it's all about the economic strategy. But many are saying that Trump is just hedging his bet for his future, right? He's hedging his bet on Bitcoin's future just for himself and for the Trump family. I mean, I'm not here for conspiracies. At the end of the day, this is super, super, super duper bullish for the entire crypto space. Now, before we move forward, we got to shout out our sponsors, NFT Energy. Make sure you tap in with these guys. This energy drink is amazing. It is 0 sugar. It tastes wonderful, and you actually get real energy, right? And ain't that BS that those are, I ain't gonna say no names, no disparaging remarks, but this is legit NFT energy. It's all about blockchain. It's all about the future. It's all about Web3, mixing digital with physical. So tap in with my boys at NFT Energy. Now, back to regular programming, all right? So Trump wants to change the IRS crypto tax rules as well. So let's talk about taxes, right? Because the IRS has been making crypto traders' lives a nightmare, right? You got Operation Choke Point. You got the whole tax situation. 1 year, they're going to tax us a certain amount. The next year, they're going to tax us a certain amount. People aren't reporting their crypto taxes. Nobody knows what to do. Nobody knows what's going on. Not even tax professionals themselves really know what's going on, right? But Trump's administration says that they're about to change that, right? Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent announced that they're going to rescind and amend IRS rules that hurt crypto businesses. They also plan to work with the IRS and other financial regulators to make it easier for crypto companies to operate in the U.S. This is good. As we said, we want the U.S. to be the home of cryptocurrency, for us to be the pioneers. So if we want to be the pioneers, we got to make it easy for these businesses to operate and thrive in this country. This could be a huge deal for crypto adoption, especially if they ease up on capital gains tax as well. Trump had mentioned something about the America-made coins would have 0 capital gains tax. Now, if that's the case, that would be amazing because, as you know, the gains in cryptocurrency are exponential. Although we take very big dips, when it goes up, trust and believe, it goes up, right? And stocks can't really mirror that. It takes a long time for stocks to do what crypto can do within a couple of years or a couple of months, right? So if they ease up on capital gains tax or remove some ridiculous reporting requirements, that would be amazing. But the real question is, will this actually happen? Or is it just another political promise? So far, them political promises that Trump made before he got into office, he's been keeping his word. So shout out to that man for that. You got to respect him for that. Now, next, stablecoin legislation, right? Now, let's talk about stablecoins because Trump's administration is pushing for new regulations ASAP. The plan, get a stablecoin bill passed before Congress takes its August recess, right? We got to do that before then because if they take that recess, then the can might get kicked down the road, right? Now, the goal, to keep the US dollar dominant by integrating stablecoins in the financial system. If you know the history of fiat currencies, fiat currency, the word fiat is a Latin term that pretty much means what will be, right? So the US is saying that this dollar is dominant because we said it. What will be, will be. It's backed by our guns and bombs, right? Pretty much. So that's in a nutshell what fiat currencies are. So fiat currencies are issued by governments. They're biased to a particular government, and they have a history of collapsing over time, right? Point in case, you got Venezuela, El Salvador. There's many situations, or, history can tell you all the reigning governments that fell because of their currency, fiat currency falling. Or as they were crumbling, their fiat currency crumbled because of hyperinflation, so on and so forth. So fiat currencies aren't strong, and the US dollar has been losing power. Since I was a kid, we used to be able to get Winter Fresh and Big Red for 25 cents. Now it's what, probably 75, 85 cents. A bag of Doritos, Cheetos, Lay's, Fritos was what, 25 cents. Now you got to pay 50 to 75 cents and you get half air and then half chips. Most of the time you get 65% air and then 45% chips, right? Or did I do that math right? Whatever. You understand what I'm trying to say, right? So the US dollar is getting weaker. Back when our grandparents was running around in the States, they were able to get a hot dog for 5 cents, for 10 cents. They could get a meal, right? Things have changed. Now it's $10 to get a meal. So things have changed. So to keep the US dollar dominant by integrating stablecoins into the financial system. So stablecoins are pretty much fiat currencies. So currencies that are pegged to a dollar or pegged to that fiat currency of that particular country. It could also be pegged to gold. There is a cryptocurrency called Pax Gold that's pegged to a gold bar. Oh, well, every ounce of gold represents one token, essentially, right? So that's another form of a stable coin. So basically, Trump sees stablecoins as a way to maintain U.S. control over global finance rather than letting decentralized alternatives take over. If this actually happens, we could see Tether, Circle's USDC, and other stablecoins get clear legal framework, which could be bullish for the entire industry. But on the flip side, regulation could also mean more government oversight, which isn't what the crypto crowd usually wants. But the good thing is he doesn't support CBDCs. CBDCs are central bank digital currencies. So currencies that are backed by the central bank. It's a whole different story. We don't want that, because then that's when it's really like the black hand, big brother really watching over us and watching everything we do. That we don't want. But speaking of the crypto summit, there were actually representatives from Tether that were there. There were representatives from Coinbase, like Brian Armstrong himself, the CEO and founder of Coinbase. You had Sergey Nazarov, which is the founder of Chainlink. You had the founders of Solana. There was a lot of big players there. Some of the biggest players in the game were there. And Coinbase has a great relationship with USDC. Also, if you do your research, you notice that USDC has a good relationship with the Federal Reserve. So in my opinion, USDC might be the coin or the stable coin that will not necessarily replace the US dollar, but will be that digital form of the US dollar as far as blockchain is concerned, because Coinbase is also the custodians of all the Bitcoin ETFs for the country. So that's BlackRock, Fidelity, so on and so forth. They actually are the custodians of that. So Coinbase has their hands in a lot of things. And if you connect the dots, you'll see what I'm trying to say. Now, next, Trump's own meme coin and NFTs, right? So is this a conflict of interest? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. What's your thoughts on that? But now here's where things get real interesting, right? Because while Trump is making all these pro-crypto moves, he's also been raking in millions from his own crypto projects. Now, many are saying that he has no control over this. He doesn't know what's going on. Laissez-faire, hands off, right? He's been linked to multiple NFT projects on the Ethereum DeFi platform. World Liberty Financial is actually his DeFi platform that's on Ethereum, and they've been purchasing up cryptocurrency like crazy. And he also released his Solana meme coin called Trump. His NFTs collection alone made millions. He had NFTs prior to his Trump coin, prior to him being in presidency for his second term. He also had the Trump sneakers. And his companies could end up controlling over 10 billion worth of Trump tokens. Now, even crazier, right after Trump launched, the SEC basically said meme coins aren't securities, right? So very convenient, right? Very, very convenient. So he's using his cronies to help him out. So while Trump team says he's, his personal crypto ventures are irrelevant to policy decisions, it sure looks like his projects are benefiting from his administrative moves. Is it a coincidence? I don't know. You tell me. Now, what does all of this mean for cryptocurrency? What does all of this mean for the crypto space? Again, I say this time and time again, and I'm going to say it again. This is super, super, super bullish for the crypto space. There was one point where everyone hated cryptocurrency. Everyone despised cryptocurrency. Everyone was laughing at people in cryptocurrency. At one point, people thought that Bitcoin was just strictly spent on drugs, weapons, and used for terrorist activities, right? At one point, people thought everything that had to do with cryptocurrency was a scam, synonymous with Forex, right? NFTs, everybody was just like, what the hell is this digital pictures? There's pictures of monkeys and people are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on pictures of monkeys. People don't understand, right? But the thing is, people aren't understanding the benefits of NFTs. NFTs are digital representations of something unique, something that is exclusive. So think of a one-of-a-kind Pokemon card. Think of the rookie Jordan card. Think of the rookie Shaq card. Think of like a one-of-a-kind Coogee sweater. Think of a one-of-a-kind jacket made for a championship game. Think of a ring from a championship, whether it's the Super Bowl or the NBA Finals. Think of something unique that can't be copied, can't be replicated, right? The NFT creates a smart contract that is attached to that particular product. It could be digital, it could be physical, it could be phygital. We mix the digital and physical together. And that is a representation that's on the blockchain. The blockchain is immutable, which means that we can't change that. So you can always reference the records. There's always receipts that we can go back and say, you know what? That's the legit one. That person owns it. There's one particular situation where they took a piece of artwork. I can't remember if it was from Van Gogh or one of those really big artists, and they burnt the artwork, right? But before they burnt it, they digitized it and put it on the blockchain. So now it exists forever. And then the beauty of that is that they could break it down into fractions, and people could own fractional pieces of that particular artwork. And then as it appreciates, their money or their investment appreciates. So it's another form of investment. It's another way for us to invest, and it's the future. And that's where we're going, right? Everything is going to be digital at some point. And right now, if you think about it, everything really is digital, right? We are symbiotic because we are attached to these devices right here, our phones. We're attached to these devices right here, these computers, right? You know, it's one and the same with our everyday, trod throughout life, right? This is what it is. So the future is blockchain. The future is now. The future is here, right? And now that the US, the biggest conglomerate, corporation, country in the world, is now officially supporting cryptocurrency, just let that sink in. This is a big, big, big deal, right? And don't be a no-coiner. And a no-coiner is someone that doesn't have any Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency for that matter. There's only 21 million Bitcoin that's ever going to be in existence, right? And what the United States is doing is creating a trend, right? When the United States do something, it's monkey see, monkey do. The rest of them is going to do what we do, right? They're going to follow us down to the drip, down to the music, down to the food, down to everything. They're going to follow us, right? Think of the biggest fast food chain in the world, McDonald's. Now McDonald's is in every country, but it came from America. It derived from America, right? You got Hollywood, then you got Bollywood, right? Just let that sink in. You feel me? You had Nike with the Air Force Ones, and then you got Bape, Japanese brand. Think about it, man. We are the influencers. So if the United States is mentioning on national TV live for all news outlets to talk about this, that they will be investing in Bitcoin strategically and creating a stockpile, a digital stockpile. What do you think is going to happen? And there's only 21 million Bitcoin. What do you think is going to happen, right? Basic economics, supply and demand, low supply, high demand. Price is going to go up, man. So the U.S. holding Bitcoin long term could be a major, no, not even could be, is a major bullish signal for BTC, which in turn is going to be a major bullish signal for Ethereum, Solana, XRP, XLM, Hyperledger, Sui, Avalanche, Chainlink, everything, right? You feel me? IRS tax changes could make crypto trading easier if they actually follow through. Stablecoin regulations could help legitimize the industry, but also increase government oversight. Trump's personal crypto ventures raises serious conflicts of interest questions, whatever. But so far, nobody's stopping him, right? Bottom line is the government is finally taking crypto seriously. But whether that's a good or a bad thing depends on who you ask, right? If you ask Peter Schiff, the guy who loves gold and hates Bitcoin, he might think that it's not a good idea. But what do you think? What's your thoughts, right? Trump actually setting up the U.S. for us to be a crypto powerhouse is a game changer, right? And as he's securing his own bag, whatever, let him eat. But let me know your comments. Make sure you like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. It's your boy Dre La Soul. We out.